Yo, it's your boy Wendell back with MBU Sports, and I'm here to be talking about the All Star game and the results. So Team LeBron won. It was 170 to 150. It was a pretty good game. Dame time went crazy. LeBron was going crazy. Who else was going crazy in the game? LeBron, Dame, and Steph. For real, that was really the game. Sadly, KD couldn't play because he was injured. And all the competitions, they were pretty good. It was kind of interesting. It was still kind of sad because, COVID was still involved. So for like the 3-point contest and the slam dunk contest, there really wasn't any fans to like react to the shots, I guess. Because Curry won the 3-point contest and Anthony Simmons won the slam dunk contest. But, it just wasn't the same. Because, all the reactions from the dunking and stuff, it was just the players. And the players' reaction is cool, but it's like for that situation, the fans really make that that game or that challenge. So it was kind of like, it wasn't really a win, I believe, because, COVID's still impacting the NBA. And again, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons weren't able to play in the All-Star game due to a barber that took a test and then took another test, and that one came out positive. So Joel Embiid, he was a starter for, I believe, Team Durant, and he couldn't even play. And this happened like an hour before the game started. They both were found positive, the test. So they were in. So all the players and special people like family members, they were all quarantined in a mini bubble, like in a hotel. But Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, they got their haircut. I guess they were trying to look nice, fresh cut for the game. And yeah, they got tested and they couldn't even play. So it's really messed up because, you work real hard, bust your tail off to get selected to the All-Star game, get to play in the All-Star game. I don't even think this might have been Joel Embiid's first All-Star game appearance. Or it might have been his first time ever starting. I know Ben Simmons was, I think, an All-Star before. But you know what I'm saying? It's like they wouldn't even get a chance. They didn't even get a chance to play because they got tested positive. And it still brings us to the fact that COVID is still alive and very well. Like Adam Silver is still trying to make a NBA season. He's still trying to make an All-Star game. He's still trying to do this. He's still trying to do that. But he's still forgetting that COVID is still here. So I think COVID, it was just, knocking on the board, still knocking, still like, hey, I'm still here. The players, hey, I'm still here. Like, COVID's not going away anytime soon. COVID's not going nowhere. So we can still try to have all of this happen, but COVID is still here. And it's just like, if I was Embiid and I was Simmons, I would be annoyed. I would be mad because it's not even like they did nothing wrong. They were getting a haircut. A barber was cutting their hair and they tested positive for COVID. And that leads to the fact that COVID can get caught anywhere. It's not going to be, oh, I'm down the street. Oh, I'm in a gathering of more than 5 people. They simply caught COVID due to a haircut. One-on-one contact. Simply that. And it just comes to the fact that COVID's still here. And the NBA is still trying to act like COVID is still here. And obviously, Adam Silver, he said that it was a success because, all really the NBA cares about is making money and revenue. Yes, they made over $3 million to go to HBCUs, but at what cost? You're putting people's life at risk, to be honest. Let's say, God forbid, Joel Embiid or Ben Simmons don't make it, testing positive for COVID. That's very possible. So what then? And then it even impacts them because they're in the playoffs right now. Like let's look at the standings right now for the Sixers. The Sixers are 24-12. They have the number 1 seed in the East. They just lost 2 of their most important pieces on that team for 14 days. Those games they win, those games they loses, they can be impactful in the playoffs. I'm not going to say they're going to drop from 1 to 8, you know what I'm saying? Because 24-12, 17-19, I mean, it's a possibility. But let's say they lose that 1 seed to the Nets, and then they have to play the Raptors in the first round. That can impact them because what if they lose? I don't think that would be a right thing to do. But they could say, well, those 14 games we lost, we didn't have Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid. They have a right. I'm not gonna say it's the right thing to say, but they have a right to say that because without your two best players, what are you? Obviously, you're gonna be a different team when you have your two best players not playing active minutes, and still gonna impact them now because they're in a quarantine. So let's not say we don't know how COVID's gonna impact them. So it can impact their stamina, their endurance. They're not gonna be in a gym for 14 days. This can put them in a slump. And I'm not saying, the Sixers are the 1 seed for a reason, but this can very much impact these players. Hopefully, I don't think it'll impact them as much. They'll get back into the motion. And as I said, the Sixers are the 1 seed for a reason. So I don't think they're not gonna lose that much. Also, Adam Silver pointed out he's not gonna require players to get vaccinated, which I think is a very interesting subject because I just don't know how that's going to work. I'm not saying players should get vaccinated. I'm not saying players shouldn't get vaccinated. But it's just going to be really weird if, let's say, this player gets vaccinated and this player doesn't get vaccinated and then COVID happens. It's just, I don't know. Obviously, if you're vaccinated, it's a more not likely chance you'll get COVID. But it's going to be very interesting how this works out because I know everybody has different beliefs, maybe religion, races are put into effect that you may be required to get vaccinated, you may not require to get vaccinated. And I think the NBA should, like I said, I agree with Adam Silver not requiring people to get vaccinated because I feel like that would have made it seem like, if you don't get vaccinated, you can't play. And that might be like a authoritarian move, but I'm glad he didn't say you're required to be vaccinated. So I'm saying, what if people's religion, races, culture, ethnicities play a part in that? So LeBron, he said he's not sure what he's going to do. He said that he's going to sit down with his family and they're going to make the best decision for him. Because I don't want no one to be forced to take a vaccination and that vaccination impact their health or they impact their lives. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's going to be interesting what happens. And then it's going to be interesting if Adam Silver, because they're starting to open up arenas to 25%, 30%, 35%. It's going to be interesting to see if they require fans to be vaccinated. And that'd be interesting if they require fans to be vaccinated, but don't require the players to be vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be very interesting to see how that happens. Or the fans don't even get required to be vaccinated. And then it's going to be another interesting factor if you're required to be vaccinated and you still have to wear a mask. Because Texas, they're stopping to wear masks, period. So let's say Dallas, the Dallas Mavericks, the Houston Rockets, San Antonio Spurs, are they going to require players to wear masks? Are they going to require fans to wear masks? Are they going to require anybody in the stadium to wear masks, arena to wear masks? And then you're going to have to worry about the fans because what if the fans don't want to wear a mask? Because they're going to say, we don't have to wear a mask. We're not required to wear a mask. The mandate went away. So it's just a lot of things I think Silver's going to have to deal with. And this is just, I think, the beginning. Because also in Maryland, Hogan, he's saying now it's going to be 50% in arenas. So there's no basketball team in Baltimore. But, let's see what Mayor Brower does with D.C. Might be 50% also. So, a lot of things are coming in the future of the NBA. And I feel like slowly the NBA is trying their best to get back to what life was pre-COVID. And I don't know if that's the smart thing to do. I don't know if that's the dumb thing to do. But it looks like the NBA is just working their way back to regular life and trying to get that money. Because that's why I guess that's what runs the NBA is money and revenue. So Adam Silver, either one way or not, he's going to try to keep pushing. Also, in the All-Star game, Giannis went like 16 for 16. Won the Kobe Bryant All-Star MVP, which I think was pretty cool. He always said how Giannis always said how Kobe was one of his models and role models. He looked up to him, so that's pretty good. Also, yeah, that's pretty interesting. So, wrap it up. This is my all-star review. I think things could have went a little bit better, but, it is what it is. It's your boy, Wendell, WM Sports. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.